Hello, everyone. Welcome to another JPNN. We'll have a little bit longer of an episode today since there was no JPNN on Wednesday, and we're kind of recapping I would say, entirety of the week. There's a decent amount of stuff going on. We're in that not E3 week, and next week we'll probably be covering JPNN, I would think, most every single day. So let's shut up. Let's get to today's news, and then maybe talk a little bit about next week as well. We're going to begin as we always do. It's a story about Blizzard Activision, or Activision Blizzard, and of course, a court case. Because that's all we do. They're just nonstop in court. The parents of a former Activision Blizzard employee have asked a California court to dismiss their case filed against the publisher over the death of their daughter. As reported by Axios, the request made May 6th asked for the, quote, entire action to be dismissed, quote, with prejudice, so that it can't be refiled at a later date. The family sued Activision Blizzard back in March after it was reported that the employee took her own life during a company retreat. The filing alleged that the employee experienced sexual harassment at work, which was a significant factor, quote, a significant factor leading to her death. It also accuses the victim's former boss of concealing a sexual relationship he had engaged in with her from police investigating her death, as well as covering up evidence of it. So that's a thing that Activision Blizzard is, yeah, sure. I had forgotten, as the unfortunate world of Twitter and social media and just the onslaught of news that you get every day, I'd forgotten that was a thing that happened. It's ridiculous hearing about it. Still, just a completely unfortunate and kind of fucked up situation is the best way to describe it. EA has elected to omit the Ultimate Team mode's earnings numbers in this year's annual report with the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. As reported by Stephen Totillo of Axios.com, the company said that the content bought for the mode is one of its most popular live services. Live services net revenue, particularly extra content net revenue, has been material to our business, and we expect it to continue to be so, the company said in the filing. The loot box driven Ultimate Team modes appear in EA's FIFA's Madden, NHL, NBA, and UFC products. EA's fiscal year report for 2021 said that the mode itself generated $1.62 billion in the year, making up 29% of EA's business. Wild. And people are out here getting crazy about Diablo Immortal. Shocker. This shit's been going on for years. PlayStation 5 has sold 20 million units worldwide. Sony says it is planning a significant ramp up in console production during the remainder of the year. Quote, we are thrilled to share that Sony Interactive Entertainment has sold more than 20 million PlayStation 5 consoles globally, said Veronica Rogers, the Senior VP, Head of Global Sales and Business Operations at Sony Interactive Entertainment. I think I said PS5s. Yeah. Chats don't, try to figure out where they're selling these, because I couldn't tell you. I don't know where those are at. I've got two, but I bought those when they first came out. She went on to say, quote, to those fans who have yet to get their hands on a console, please know that we are planning on a significant ramp up in PS5 production this year, and we are working endlessly to make sure that PlayStation 5 is available for everyone who wants one. They probably don't mind the constant conversation around the shortage of the tech, though. I'm sure that leads to extra sales as well. The Norwegian Consumer Council has released a new report on the ongoing impact of loot boxes on the games industry, backed by 20 consumer groups in 18 European countries. The consumer groups are calling for a number of measures, including, quote, a ban on deceptive design, extra protections for minors, and transactional transparency. It highlights, quote, deceptive design, end quote, in games that tricks that exploit cognitive or behavioral biases to incentivize spending. It's a very hard statement to say, but I think it's a sound endeavor, or a sound objective. Loot boxes are also frequently marketed aggressively by, quote, advertising the possible rewards, end quote, which is also considered deceptive, according to the report. The report rounds up by listing several actions that the industry and its regulators can take to improve the landbox around loot boxes. This includes banning the aforementioned deceptive design, denoting all game purchases in real-world currency. That would honestly change so much in the world of mobile games. Not implementing loot boxes in games aimed at minors. Yeah, good luck getting that one to pass. More transparency around algorithms that determine the outcome of a purchase. True. Neville's pissed off, though. He wants his loot boxes. And more enforcement around consumers' rights in games. Don't get me wrong. That would help. Do I think it's actually going to happen? It might, at least in Europe. Is it going to happen here in the States? Hell no. I'd be shocked if any of that came to fruition here. It adds that if these remedies do not alleviate the issues, the industry should consider a ban of paid loot boxes in games altogether. You know, you start to wonder, like, what do mobile games look like? I think if that were the case, you would start to see a lot more Apple Arcade style subscriptions on mobile, so that they're still getting their monthly monies. Granted, you can't really whale in that, so I still don't think it would ever happen. Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick has expressed his skepticism of the term Metaverse, warning that it may end badly for companies trying to capitalize on the buzzword. In a new video interview with GameIndustry.biz, Take-Two Zelnick said, while arguing that his company already had its own metaverse in games such as GTA Online, quote, I'm always skeptical about buzzwords because they mean different things to different people, and people investing behind buzzwords probably don't end up having great results. I'm not skeptical at all about huge, interactive, dynamic, entertaining worlds because our company is responsible for housing minimally 3 of them. I think where my skepticism lies is every company suddenly believing that by saying the word metaverse adjacent to their company's business strategy, that means that somehow they'll be transformed and nirvana is around the corner. And that's naturally not the case. I agree with them. I agree with old Zelnick, the evil man over there at Take-Two. Makes a lot of sense. Lost Boys Interactive, the studio behind the Borderlands spin-off Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, is now officially a part of Gearbox Entertainment. According to Gearbox on Twitter, they said, quote, we are happy to announce that Lost Boys Interactive is now officially part of the Gearbox Entertainment family and will be joining our mission to entertain the world. They will continue their work in providing services for a variety of developers across the game industry. Cool. Congrats to the dev team. Sega has announced the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive Mini 2. It'll launch on October 27th in Japan. The console was announced during a Japanese Sega live stream, which at the time of writing is still ongoing. It will feature over 50 Sega / Mega CD and Genesis / Mega Drive games, including, quote, bonus titles that were not available for the original consoles, such as Fantasy Zone. The list of games confirmed so far for the console are as follows. We've got Sylphied, Shining Force CD, Sonic CD, Mansion of Souls, Popful Mail, Virtua Racing, Bonanza Bros, Shining in the Darkness, Thunder Force 4, Magical Terraruto, and Fantasy Zone. I don't think I've played a single one of those. I was a SNES kid growing up. Valve has announced that the Steam Deck docking station will be delayed in a blog post on Steam. Quote, due to parts shortages and COVID closures at our manufacturing facilities, the official Steam Deck docking station is delayed. We're working on improving the situation and we'll share more information when we have it. This has no effect on production schedule and reservation windows for Steam Decks. Those are different parts and different factories. Got it. I don't have a Steam Deck. Maybe I should pre-order one so at least I can get one before 2025. Or not. Maybe I won't. Amazon Games. That's always a fun way to start a story because you never know where it can go. They've signed a publishing agreement with Disruptive Games for an unannounced online multiplayer action-adventure game for multiple platforms based on a new intellectual property the companies have announced. Details on the title, which is built for both cooperative and competitive play, will be announced at a later date. Disruptive Games previously co-developed titles such as Diablo 2 Resurrected, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, and Godfall, and have fully developed the PlayStation VR title Megalith. Company came out and said, quote, at Amazon Games, we're focused on developing and publishing high-quality games that foster strong communities and keep people playing for years to come. Except for New World, no one plays that shit anymore unless... Oh, no, that wasn't part of the quote. This is from Vice President Christoph Hartmann in a press release. Sorry, that was just me talking. Yeah. Whew. Look, we got a teleprompter and Yervin decided to have a little fun with that. The Pokemon Company has announced that it has appointed Junichi Masuda as its Chief Creative Fellow effective June 1st. Masuda also stepped down from his position as Managing Director of Game Freak. I love that they're called Game Freak, which is the company that created Pokemon as of May 31st. At the Pokemon Company, Masuda will utilize his deep understanding of the Pokemon brand to develop new services and products. Came out and said, quote, I have served as the director of the Pokemon video game series, starting with Pokemon Ruby version and Pokemon Sapphire version, up until Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. I was involved in the development of many video games, including Pokemon Go. This all came out in a press release by Masuda. Said, I would also like to express my heartfelt thanks to Pokemon fans going forward. I hope to transcend the boundaries of video games. What? By trying to offer greater surprises, fun, and excitement to people all over the world, while doing my utmost to connect people, expand the circle of play, to help bring about a richer world for us to share. Motherfucker, you make Pokemon games. What are you talking about? Anyways, Sony State of Play happened last night. We'll kind of do a quick recap of all that stuff. If you want to watch me react to all the videos, you can. That video should be up already. But just some quick recaps. Resident Evil 4 Remake has been announced. This is scheduled to release on March 24th, 2023. It will include PSVR 2 support. Resident Evil Village, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution, and No Man's Sky are all coming to PSVR 2. Spider-Man Remaster will be launching on PC on August 12th. Stray, aka that fucking cat game where you walk around as a cat and do cat things, that's launching on July 19th. Also, higher PlayStation Plus tiers, the extra and premium deluxe, premium/deluxe tiers will get access to Stray at no cost. The Callisto Protocol launches on December 2nd, 2022. Looks pretty good. Definitely check the trailer out for that. And Final Fantasy 16, yes, that's right, 16 launches summer 2023. Alongside all of that news, Insomniac also announced that Marvel's Spider-Man has now sold through more than 33 million copies worldwide as of May 15th. That's insane. That kind of shows you the power of Spider-Man and really the Marvel IP. We also got new details for Street Fighter 6, which is set for a 2023 release. Those were revealed during the latest State of Play. The game features 2 new modes, World Tour, which is, quote, an immersive single-player experience, and Battle Hub, which is their online feature. It'll also have real-time commentary. It's an option for the first time. They're basically getting a bunch of prominent commentators from the esports scene to have some stock lines while you're playing. There's a video they put out of it. It's kind of weird, might be kind of cool. I think most people will toggle it off pretty quickly though. However, get that money, commentators. I hope you all, the ones that need to be in there and deserve to be in there, I hope you get in the game. There's also a new character by the name of Jamie, a new mechanic by the name of the Drive system. You can perform 5 different techs to enhance offense/defense, as well as a new modern control type for newer players. There's a whole bunch of stuff out for that. I think there's also a full character roster leak that's unconfirmed at this point, but yeah, you can definitely find all that on the internets if that's something you're interested in spoiling for yourself. Alongside the trailer for Final Fantasy 16, there's also a blog post about the game that had some details. The game is being polished right now. It will be fully playable from start to finish. Kind of a weird thing to include. Kazutoyo Mahiro, who's the writer of Heavensward, I'm sorry for butchering your name, is the creative director and original screenplay, creator for Final Fantasy 16. The best news of all 2022, Masayoshi Soken is the composer. Ryota Suzuki, who's responsible for Devil May Cry 5's combat, and Dragon's Dogma and Marvel vs. Capcom, he is the combat director. It's a star-studded list. Hopefully the game delivers. The trailer is definitely worth checking out if you have not seen it. Yesterday, Bioware revealed the next installment of Dragon Age, which is entitled Dragon Age Dreadwolf. It came out and said, quote, we're excited to reveal the official title of our next adventure across the lands of Thedas, Dragon Age Dreadwolf. We suspect you have questions and they'll be answered in time. While the game won't be releasing this year, we hope knowing the official title has sparked some intrigue. As well, we'll be talking more about this game later this year. Probably next week, I would imagine, right? Right? It's also weird that I think they came out and said this news because Jeff Grubb came out and said the title of this, or maybe he got tipped off that they were going to do it, so he said it first. It was a really weird way to announce all this stuff. And I wonder if if their hand was kind of forced in order to announce it. I don't know. Robert F. Fox, aka Toby Fox. No one's ever fucking called him Robert. And his own mom calls him Toby Fox. He's the composer behind Undertale and Deltarune. He announced that he composed music for Pokemon's latest entries, Scarlet and Violet. According to the tweet, quote, I had the honor of composing the field music for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. After creating a concept sketch, Game Freak arranged it into mini versions that you'll hear throughout the game. You can hear a bit of it in this trailer. I guess that was in the new trailer. The trailer, of course, announced that Pokemon Scarlet/Violet will launch on November 18th with some details for both the games. They are both fully open world. They can be explored as players please, which is not dictated by the story. There will be online play with 4 players. You can trade, battle, and explore together. And there's different professors. They're hot, which my editor left out, for both versions. Or each versions, I guess is the better term for that. Devolver Digital will be doing a E3/not E3 direct titled Devolver Digital Marketing Countdown to Marketing. Has been scheduled for June 9th at 3 p.m. Pacific. It'll feature, quote, sensational new game reveals and blessed news for the Cult of the Lamb. Oh, maybe we'll get a release date for Cult of the Lamb. I wonder what else they're going to bring to that. We'll be covering that one with Drop Frames. You can check out itme.jp/not-e3-2022 for everything else that we're going to be covering. We'll also be doing a video for that next week if that's too long for you to remember and type into your URL. And maybe the smart thing is to stick around and continue with the news instead of leaving to go to that URL. Publisher Square Enix and developer Tri-Ace will share more information on Star Ocean: The Divine Force in late June, the company announced. The official Star Ocean Twitter came out and said, quote, we're sorry to have kept you waiting on Star Ocean: The Divine Force, which we plan to share more news in about this spring. We're currently preparing our next release of information for late June. We're working hard to live up to everyone's expectations. Please give us a little more time. Okay, I'll allow it. Katsushiro Harada, who is the game director / chief producer on the action fighting games, has revealed via Twitter on the 1st of June that Tekken 7 has achieved over 9 million sales, surpassing Tekken 3, the previous highest sales record of 8.36 million. The series now has recorded over 53 million copies sold. Tekken's big. They've also been updating that game, I think. I couldn't tell you what came out first, the Switch or Tekken 7. Who knows? Who could say? Remember Rumbleverse? It's that melee combat game from Iron Galaxy. Well, the cross-platform playtest has been announced. It'll be starting on Saturday, June 11th at noon Central. Don't worry, Brits, at 6 p.m. bullshit time zone and 10 a.m. Pacific for anyone out in Cali. It'll be ending on the following day, Sunday, June 12th at noon Central at 6 p.m. bullshit time zone, 10 a.m. Pacific. It'll be available on the Epic Game Store on the PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. Hitman 3 has announced their June 2022 roadmap. In it, it includes June 2nd will be the free location rotation for Marrakesh. This will be free until June 12th. The elusive target called the Serial Killer, that's on June 3rd till the 12th. The elusive target, the Gunrunner, June 10th through the 19th. And the elusive target Arcade, as well as community featured contracts and another elusive target, the Liability, on July 1st till the 9th. Assassin's Creed Origins will be getting 60 FPS support. It's already out on the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles. If you haven't played Assassin's Creed Origins, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's worth going back to maybe checking out in this time where there's not that many games out, especially if it's 60 FPS. And your only way to play it is on consoles. Xbox's new games with gold for June are Avon Colony, Project High Rise Architects Edition, Super Meat Boy. Wait, what? Super Meat Boy in 20. Man, okay. That's can't you get that game for like cents at this point? Anyways, Rascals is the final Xbox game with gold. Coming to Xbox Game Pass, For Honor will be there on June 1st. Hey, that might, revitalize the For Honor brand a little bit. Ninja Gaiden, the Master Collection on June 2nd. Assassin's Creed Origins will be there on June 7th. Don't buy it. Wait for that. That's in 4 days. Check it out in 4 days. Get that 60 FPS patch. Chorus will be there on June 7th. I think that game's pretty good. I think Ko said that game's pretty good. Disc Room will be there on the 7th. And Space Lines from Far Out, also on June 7th. PlayStation's not letting Xbox command the games for the month. Their PlayStation Plus lineup has been confirmed. We talked about this in the rumors, I think, on Monday. God of War, it's there. Naruto 2 Boruto Shinobi Striker, it's there. And Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, it's there. If for some reason you haven't played God of War yet, do it. If you've got the PC or a PC that can play it on PC instead. It's going to look better and probably run a little bit better as well. Wolfenstein: The New Order is available for free on the Epic Game Store until June the 9th. That's worth checking out, especially for the price of free. Here's some more fun news. We've covered, I think this is the third time this has happened now. A fan of the video game War Thunder, the free-to-play vehicle combat simulator, has leaked classified Chinese military documents on the game's online forum. I believe the last time this happened, it was German. Maybe this is the second time. I forget. It's definitely happened before. According to defense analysts, while the details of the anti-tank weapon were in question or previously known, this is the first time that authenticating documentation has been seen outside of China. The weapon in question is the DTC 10-125, an anti-tank round fielded by the modern-day Chinese military. Also known as a kinetic energy penetrator. That's... Never mind. This is the news, JP. Keep it serious. Keep it... Nope, I'm not going to say it. Its job is to punch through metal and breach the internal compartments of the tank and knock it out of action. Now, how many times is this going to happen? What are they doing over there? Tank people are crazy. Shinji Hashimoto has announced his retirement from his position, which was Final Fantasy brand manager at Square Enix after 28 years. Came out and said, quote, "Thank you all for your hard work, everyone." Hashimoto said in a tweet, "As of today, May 31st, I have retired. Thank you to everyone who helped me across the board during my time in office. From now on, I would like to give my Square Enix, I'd like to give Square Enix my support as its biggest fan. Thank you so much." Thank you for, having a hand in all the great games that we played. Here's a weird one. Will Arnett is officially set to voice the iconic character Sweet Tooth in the Twisted Metal TV series. Arnett previously joined the announced cast members Anthony Mackie, Stephanie Beatriz, Thomas Hayden Church, and Nev Campbell in the live action show. I want to say that he's also in a producer role on the show as well. I don't know if he's going to be a good Sweet Tooth. I guess if they fuck with his voice a little bit, make it a little bit deeper, I could see it, I guess. I don't know. Super Nintendo World is coming to Universal Studios Hollywood in early 2023. I hope it's good. The Japan, it looks okay. I know. It kind of looked, we watched a video for it a while back. I think maybe during a trailer time. It looked like a giant photo, moment. Like you just take a bunch of photos, like there's a pipe and you go stand in the pipe and poke your head up and it's a photo. Or there's a Goomba and you go stand next to the Goomba and take a photo. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll even go check it out with Jesse Cox and see what he thinks of it. Anyways, that is going to do it for the news here on this first week of June. Next week, it's not E3 2022. We've got a whole bunch of stuff happening. Hopefully you'll join us for some of that coverage with or without drop frames. I think on Monday or maybe Tuesday, we'll put out a video that's kind of showing and detailing every single thing that we're going to be covering, when and where it'll happen. If you want to get ahead of the game, like I mentioned earlier in the video, jpedia.net/not-e3-2020, or just go over to jpedia.net and you can check out the different tabs at the bottom and go to upcoming gaming events. Might even be called E3 2020, not E3 2020. Anyways, you can also just wait for the video next week here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. A little bit longer of an episode today, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Regardless, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a comment for the almighty algorithm below, and we will see you on Monday for more. We're out here. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.